Great. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. Thanks. Obviously, disappointing outcome to the football game. I want credit Duke. Coach Cutt's team, made the plays, especially in the second quarter, that they needed to make. And then, did a great job of managing the clock down the stretch. We had ample opportunities on offense as we crossed the field and weren't able to get scores on the board. So credit them. They obviously played an outstanding game. We've got a lot of work to do. It starts up front, and we've got to get those things fixed and corrected very quickly. From a standpoint of the response by our defense in the second half, I thought they went out and obviously responded very well. So a lot of work to do, very disappointed. A lot of season ahead of us, and I know the character of the group in that locker room. I expect that they'll respond, and that's what I talked to them about after the game is I expect them to respond and do the things that winners do, and that's come back to work on Monday, get ready to get coached, get ready to get these things fixed, and get ready to get back at it next Saturday. So with that, how about some questions, please?
How much did the interceptions sting, and it seemed like the DBs were on your receivers penalty?
I thought we had some chances on some 50-50 balls that we lost. We made a couple of those catches down the stretch. We knew there were going to be some contested plays, and obviously we didn't make enough to win. The interceptions, our defense responded on the one drive and did a terrific job getting the stop, and then the second one obviously gave up the points because of bad eyes. Those weren't anything schematic. Those are just guys with their eyes in the wrong spot, and we've got to coach them better. So that's the bottom line, because that was things that are kind of base ABC teaching things that we go over, and so maybe we had too much in it. I don't know. I got to look at the tape before I can pass any judgment.
What was missing from the offense in terms of finishing drives?
Well, I think they're pretty darn good on defense. I really do, and I felt that when they've been healthy that they've been pretty good. The last couple of years, and that would be number one. So give credit where credit's due. Self-inflicted wounds. It looked like to me. Look, we had some one-man breakdowns. And, be that from us making a call that we'd probably like to have back, or, an execution of a schematic or a fundamental or anything that we'd like to have back. Those are all things that we got to look at and get them fixed.
Cam Green?
Yep.
Is that one of those where he's just kind of not used to tackling people?
Teddy, I didn't see the hit. So it's the rule. So we got to play by the rules, and the next guy's got to step up. It was kind of the theme, I think, of our offense today. The next guy needed to step up, and I don't think that happened. That's what it looked like from my perspective. You guys got a better seat than I do, but that's what it looked like. It looked like we had guys that needed to step up on the O-line because of injury, quarterback because of where we're at right now, super back, and we got another guy go down. Then Trey Pugh goes down. Now we're at a freshman. It got interesting. So it's where the game went. And we got to have guys step up. That's what we got to coach better. We got to get the next guys ready to play, and you never know when that's going to happen.
Can you give us any feel for the left and right tackles of those guys that might be long-term?
I can't give that to you right now. Both were not able to finish the game. Blake tried to tough it through, obviously a tough guy, and it just didn't quite happen for him. And I appreciate and I applaud his toughness. But we'll take a look, obviously at the tape. Typically when a young guy goes in, the first thing they do is revert back to the habits from practice. And if you've created great habits, you usually go out and just keep it real simple. The old coachisms, keep the big things small. Just keep it real small. When you're reverting back to bad habits and things start going fast, that's what it looked like to me. Guys come off the boundary with eyes wide, and things are going faster than they can play. And that's what it looked like. So that's not an excuse. That's where we have to fix things coaching-wise. And, it's hard to get 5 linemen ready, let alone 9. So we got a lot of work to do based on what happened in the game.
Is there an option to put Thorson in a passing situation when Green's there, but you get to a place where it's a passing situation? Do you think about flipping them during possession, or is that?
Yeah, Herb, I wish I had control over that. I'm just told whether or not 18 is in or 18 is out. So that's what I'm told from the medical team. And when he's in, he plays, and when he's out, he's out. So I wish I could be as sophisticated as your question. That would help a lot. We've done that in the past, when we really had a 2-quarterback system that we were able to do some different things. This is a little bit of a different situation for us, obviously. So that is what it is. Yeah.
You mentioned the 50-50 balls with your receivers. What is your impression of your wide receivers through 2 weeks?
Well, I think we've made some pretty darn big plays. I thought both games we've made some big plays. We've got to protect and give them it's that little nanosecond longer to get open. And when we're throwing the ball at times, that the timing and the rhythm is off. Offensive football, when the timing and rhythm is off, is just really ugly. Right? I mean, it's like bad backyard football playing with your buddies, and you have no timing and rhythm, and that's what it looked like at times because it all starts up front. And I'm not pinning the blame on the O-line, but it looked like we had guys that just didn't perform very well today. And it's interesting because a week ago that group played outstanding, and so we got a little Jekyll and Hyde going on right now, and the next group of guys. When your number gets, you can't control, and you guys have heard me say this a lot, you can't control when your number gets called. You just can control whether or not you're prepared. And it looked like, to me, today, some guys got caught up in, oh, no, I'm the guy now. I've been that person, so I know how that feels. And as a young player, that's normal. That's not abnormal. You wish that would happen on a Tuesday or Wednesday, not on a Saturday. But that's the reality, and that's where we're at, and that's my job and our staff's job to get those guys ready to perform. That's okay. That's about how we played, so no worries. Don't worry about it. Very appropriate. We got a good football team. We just didn't play very well today. That's the bottom line. And we've got to just keep grinding and keep working and appreciate our fans coming out. We got to give them some things to cheer about, and we didn't do that today offensively.
What was your thought process on that 4th and goal?
Yeah.
Opening of the third quarter there when you went for it?
Well, we were somewhat inept, weren't we, offensively? So we're 4 yards away. Let's go score. Let's go score a touchdown. So we're down 2 scores. We kick a field goal. We're still down 2 scores, right? So, let's go be aggressive. And, sometimes it works and, you obviously feel excited about that. And then other times it doesn't work. And the defense went out and got the stop and we get the ball right back at the 50. So, when you look at the numbers and you play the stats and the analytics in that situation, I'll probably look back and say, maybe that was a field goal opportunity there, but it was one of those 50-50 situations. We hadn't been moving the ball well. Defense had been playing well. Let's go be aggressive. We get the touchdown. Here we go. We got momentum. If not, they're kicking into the wind. We still probably have the short field, which we got. And if my recollection is correct, Louis, we went 3 and out on the next series. So it was the next series to me that was the problem.
Was the 4th and 9 also 50-50 punt versus go for it there?
50-yard field goal-ish.
Couldn't go field goal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
No, I thought punt too.
Right. And again, we got to get I'm trying to, I'm trying to jumpstart the thing here. We got to obviously I saw the same game I did. And so sometimes I got to make a decision that maybe not necessarily makes sense from a standpoint of conventional wisdom, but when you're not conventionally wisdom playing well, you've got to get the paddles out and you got to shock the system. And that was what we were trying to get done there. And I thought Mick made some good calls, but when the quarterback takes and firms his foot up and he's now all of a sudden got to move, you tip your hat and you give amazing credit to Duke because they obviously played very well and we didn't. So
they did most of their damage in the first half, especially with the passing game. So looking at adjustments made through halftime, are you encouraged by some things that maybe your pass defense improved upon?
yeah, a young pup giving up a post, right? His eyes are stuck on 2, which probably means they were back in the backfield. He knew exactly what happened, gave up leverage. It's a cover 4 beater. We're on a 10-yard hitch, occupy the safety, throw the post over the top. And, as I told him when he came over, welcome to college football. This happens to a lot of guys. You got to learn quick and have a short memory and get back on the horse. And he did. And he almost had a pick that could have changed momentum around. So, he's going to learn and he's going to be better because of it. But he's the guy that's won the job at this point. And I've got great confidence in him. I thought his compete level went up after that play, which I think is a hallmark of a really special football player, especially out there on the edge. The other 2 routes that we called a cowboy route where it's a fake and they basically run 3 guys in the same area. We got bad eyes by a veteran, and then the next on the touchdown play, same thing. We got bad eyes on by a veteran. So can't have that happen. You can't have that happen in a 2-score game when the rest of the game defensively, kind of like last week, when we're playing so well on, I think we went 60-something plays, 63 on defense this week. I don't know what it was exactly last week, but, you sit there and you pop the tape on, and there's a difference in about 3 or 4 plays. And that's what's so awesome about football is those 3 or 4 plays make all the difference in the world, and we lost those today. We lost them on defense. We lost them, obviously, offensively. And then, I thought Riley, again, same thing. Hey, let's go be aggressive, buddy. Be smart, but be aggressive. Let's try to go make a play. And, he was trying, there in the second half and just was a shoestring tackle away from probably an explosive punt return. So, I applaud his courage and his toughness. That's I don't know if anybody in this room has been a punt returner, but that is not for the faint of heart. So I appreciate him.